to the Wandering Drew. I am Drew. I've been contemplating this video for a couple of days now, and I'll just get into it. So obviously I'm not on the trail anymore. I am back in Florida at home. On the Tuesday, which is the video you just watched, you see that I get off trail and I go to the hospital. I started having knee pain again. I've had this off and on over the last year or so, most notably on the Pinhoti in October, when I was told that I strained a ligament or a tendon going to my knee. I started feeling the same type of pain. My concern is that it feels like pain to me. It doesn't feel like overuse. I think most of us know when you can walk something off and when you can't. And this felt like pain to me. Also, I'm probably a little traumatized or gun shy because of the injury, and I don't want to injure myself, especially in the beginning. I've only done 20 something miles. That's pretty, sad in my part that I'm already having trouble at mile 20. But it's also expected in a way because you are doing more physicality than you used to on a daily basis. So it's not unusual to have aches and pains. So my question is, when I was walking, is I don't want to hurt myself or injure myself. And I had been trying to not do what I usually do and keep my mileage low. So in that decision, you see where I'm unwilling to deal with pain every day. Meaning I don't want pain, and I also don't want to injure myself and hurt myself worse. So I was very worried that I was doing damage to my knee, or that continuing to walk was going to lead to an injury. So I decided to go to the Above the Clouds Hostel. Lucky was great enough to pick me up, obviously on short notice. That's what they do. Take me back to the hostel where I was able to get a shower, regroup, and I had some time to think about things. Met a lot of other hikers there. I don't remember all of their names. I remember Livewire, who was very, very nice to me, especially when I mentioned with my knee pain. He's having the same trouble as well with knee pain, but he's back out there from what I understand. So good on him. I hope he continues. But going back to, so I decided when I was there Tuesday evening, I contacted Ron Brown to see if I can get a ride to the airport in the morning, and I was able to. I booked a flight for Wednesday afternoon to come back to Florida, and I had called my orthopedist to get an appointment on Thursday morning when they opened. So all those things were in place. I knew that I was coming home to get my knee looked at by someone who's familiar with me. Also, I was worried about insurance. Obviously, I'm in the middle of it's Blairsville there, but you're not by some major cities. I'm sure you could see an orthopedist or a doctor, but what about treatment? What if I need physical therapy? What if I want an MRI? I didn't think that those things would be possible in that area on short notice. I'm pretty sure that those services are available, but probably not immediately in that area. So, and I would have to stay either in a hostel or hotel. I saw, basically a down week if I went to get an MRI to wait for the results. I probably could start hiking, but then I would be further on. So these are all the things that are going through my head thinking. So in the end, I decided best to come home, see my own doctor, be inside my insurance plan, and in South Florida, I know I can get an MRI on shorter notice. As it turned out, it worked out very well for me in terms of that. And then another issue reared its head. But anyway, so on Wednesday, I got a ride to the airport, flew home. Thursday, I saw the doctor. Actually, I got extremely lucky. 2.5 hours later, I was having an MRI. I was able to phone around and found a place that was able to fit me in that morning at 11:30 in the morning. However, as I record this right now, I'm still waiting for the results from that MRI. So the MRI took place, but I don't have the results yet. So I'm in kind of limbo, waiting to find out if there's anything wrong with my knee. The knee is healed in terms of I can walk around. I don't feel any discomfort or pain. I am getting some tingling on the inside, and it just doesn't feel right. But I think a lot of that might be psychological. I just want to know that I'm not tearing up my knee by walking. I had thought about buying a ticket to go back when I came home for that weekend, and I'm glad I didn't, because as it turns out, I wouldn't have been able to fly back. So I'm glad I kind of delayed that decision. The reason of purchasing the ticket is to tell myself that I'm going back. I'm not done with the trail, okay? And I'm saying that here, unless the doctor tells me there's something wrong with my knee and I should not be hiking, my plan is to go back. As a matter of fact, I feel more resolute about that now than when I first came home, because all I'm doing when I'm here is thinking about being back on the trail. And it's funny, sometimes when you're out on the trail, you're thinking about being home, but you You want the things you can't have. Anyway, for the last month or two, I've had intermittent pain in one of my in a tooth that I have a crown on, and I thought it was based on my dental routine. I had switched toothpaste to something more abrasive to do whitening or whatever, and it says it can cause discomfort. So that's what I was experiencing. On the trail, the night or two that I was out there, it started aching a little bit, but I had been using a different toothpaste, but I was still flossing, and I just thought it was the crown that I have on that tooth that was maybe, it felt almost like it might be loose or not bonded properly. So when I came home, after I saw my orthopedist, the next day I made an appointment with the dentist to have them look at the crown, thinking it might need to be, the adhesive maybe had come loose or something like that. Well, it turns out that I have an infection in my tooth going up into the jaw, and I also need a root canal. So that is actually scheduled for tomorrow. So in essence, I guess the knee was a good thing because it brought me off the trail so I could get my tooth looked at, because I probably would have just continued suffering with that a little longer until it got worse. But anyway, so I have a root canal scheduled for tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. So I'm not really 100% sure what to expect or what the recovery will be. But as soon as I get a clearance from that, I'm assuming I have to get a new crown made to put on that tooth. I will hopefully have the result. I should definitely have the results from the MRI by then and know what I'm doing. So in a nutshell, I'm off the trail for at least probably another couple of days while I wait for the MRI results and I get my tooth taken care of. So that's an update of what's going on. Once again, I clearly plan on going back to the trail. I am going to make a couple of revisions to my gear, especially if it waits much longer because the weather is getting better and better. I may lighten up a little bit and take some stuff out, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's a possibility. I've even been discussing maybe to keep weight off me, I'll do things a little differently. I might do a little bit of platinum blazing, as they say, and maybe go to hostels, but I don't think that's the type of hike that I want to do. I also think it gets extremely expensive. I met a lot of people that were out doing that in the hostel that night that I was there. I was really amazed at how they're doing the trail, because they are going day to day, getting picked up and coming back to the hostel each night. But you know what? One good thing, they're out there doing it. They're still hiking the trail, and they're actually still out there. So they're not having the same issues I'm having with knees and everything else. Now, obviously that's individual, but at the same time, maybe that's the way to go for a little bit to ease back into hiking, or if I have an issue. I wish I had some answers. I really do. I feel like I'm in limbo, just waiting to find out what I'm able to do and what I'm not able to do. But I know that I want to go back out there and hike. So it's a roller coaster of emotions. Coming off was hard, coming home was hard, and now waiting to see what's happening. Obviously, I feel the MRI is needed because I need to know, I need to have some definitive answers that I'm not injuring myself by continuing to walk, especially when I feel pain. I may have to dial it back a little bit. I'm going to try and keep the mileage low. I may have to change what I'm doing, maybe by doing some shuttling and slack packing, but you know, that's not the hike that I really want to do. So, but you know what? Maybe I need to modify that. I am invested in this hike, and even more so now, like I said, I feel resolute in going back out to the trail and hiking some more. If anything, just to prove to myself that I can hike, and the knee will not stop me. So if I need a knee brace or support, that's what I'll do. Maybe I lighten up a little bit, get rid of some stuff. But either way, I'll be back on the trail somehow, some way. If I do have an injury when I get better, the good thing is I keep saying to myself, it's early enough in the season that I can get right back out there now. The bubble will be starting in a couple of days. I can easily join them and continue my northward trek. So I guess appreciate you guys watching, appreciate all the people that have subscribed, and I hope you'll stick with me. I'm not going to keep releasing videos until I have something to say, but obviously I will give a medical update when I'm able to do that. But until I get my results from the MRI, and then after my tooth is taken care of, I just don't have any answers. myself. So it's really hard just sitting here waiting. Each day is ticking by, and feel like I'm doing nothing. So, but taking care of my gear, unpack my bag, which is sitting right next to me. It's a reminder constantly, I need to get back out there. I have some other gear ready to go. I bought more food. I'm ready to pack up and go. I could go tomorrow if I get the green light, so to say. So that's it. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the emails and texts I've gotten so far. Very positive. I appreciate it more than you know. It's very encouraging, and it's amazing how the hiking community comes together. Like I mentioned Livewire. I don't really know him. I just met him at the hostel, but he was very sincere when he found out I was going home or I had a knee problem. I felt he was very sincere in wishing me well and hoping that I get back out there. So I remembered that. He was a perfect stranger. We talked a little bit in the hostel, but mostly he talked. I didn't talk that much with some other hikers, but because I was the new person that just showed up, and they had already been talking for a while. So I kind of hung back and listened. But it was really nice to see all the different people, the wide spectrum of people, and why they're hiking and what they're doing and how they're doing it. So that's it. That's all I got for now. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Till we meet again.